Okay, so we should be live. I'm just gonna give it a couple of secs. Gonna tweet it out. And I'm just waiting to see out to my end now before I do anything. Also, just want to know about audio levels. I did look at it before. It seemed fine, but I just want to know for sure. Stream seems to be up and working. Okay, cool. I did test the audio before. Yeah, audio's good. Levels are fine. Yeah, okay, that's good. So I'm actually okay. A few things. I did mean to do a couple, at least one FGO stream back in early December after the Shiki one. I didn't in the end, not because I opted not to, but rather because Nox and OBS stopped cooperating, where I couldn't get the Android feed in OBS, which was very annoying. And the problem persisted. I tried a bunch of things, but in the end decided on just kind of leaving it. But using a new PC now, which is a very Kino, and the audio actually should be slightly better because you haven't got a laptop fan like right in the side of it. So that's something. Also runs better. I can run it pretty good bitrate and everything. So yeah, should be good to actually go ahead with that. So essentially what we're doing today is we're going to be doing just the fight. No rolls or anything like that. Though there should be a rolling stream actually quite soon, possibly within the next couple of days even, for Kiara herself. But this is a fight. I'll go into the thing actually, just so I can show you what it's all about. So there's a boss fight where the first time you do it, it's actually it's a forced lost battle where you have to lose, and then the whole kind of thing of it is like, oh, you have to go through it, and you gotta essentially apply all of these, or however many you can afford, to debuff her, to get rid of her kind of like big like giantess form, and then a bunch of ones so that you can get rid of a lot of her buffs or things that she can debuff you with. Essentially, the more of these you buy, the easier the fight gets. And there's a lot to buy, and they're quite expensive. You see, I don't have many, so you may be thinking, oh, why are you going into the fight already when we've not actually got the opportunity to buy very many? Or, to be honest, the reason for that is because I'm not actually going to buy any. I'm going to see if I can do this with all of the buffs on, every single one. And yeah, that will be quite difficult. But I've got options. With the team composition I've got for this, I actually should have quite a lot at my disposal. So the first thing we're going to look out for here is a particular Merlin, who is going to be somewhere. And because I want to find a particular one, well, there's a couple actually who have what I need, but I definitely want to go for the one who has the right craft essence. So in fact, what I will do, try and make it easier on myself. No, that's not what I wanted. Opt for that. Nah, need to do it the other way around. I always get this wrong. Okay, now it's only ones without event stuff, so that should make it easier to find the right one. I don't think I'll be using that media today, unfortunately. Yeah, okay, this is going to take a few refreshes. Yeah, stream time for gamers. Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting any of them at the moment. Because here's the thing, trying to do one with a different craft essence will make it quite a bit more difficult. So, I'd have some options. There's a few I could potentially try. But I do ideally want to actually find the right one. And they haven't got them added. That would be pointless. So yeah, first bit of this is probably going to be a fair amount of refreshing. Again, I haven't got them added and the skills aren't leveled enough. Okay, here he is. Gotta switch to the right party. I've got one specifically for this. So yeah, just want to double check it, see if this is what I want to do. Yeah, we'll go with this. See how it goes. And I'll be skipping this. I've already read it. I have read it. But yeah, minimize spoilers, I guess, for CCC. Because I'm very, I don't know, spoiler friendly? Now we wait for loading. Ugh, this fight might take a while. Hopefully I'm not going to have to be here all night on this. Because here's the thing. The second you use the first, you use the first debuff in the shop against her, you disable her form that's going to make this really quite tough. However, at the same time, you also actually limit your options a lot. Well, you don't limit your options necessarily, but rather the form she does get is then designed specifically to be debuffed, because this form is, you're not actually really supposed to fight this one, you just kind of can. So ironically enough, actually, some of the debuffs you can buy, well, buying the first one will suddenly then create a dynamic in the fight in which she would then have a bunch more abilities that she's going to be rather inclined to use, which actually then makes it quite difficult. So really you need to be in a position where you can buy quite a few of the debuffs before you should tackle that form. Kind of all or nothing, really, I suppose is the best way to characterize it. And yeah, as you can probably see, I'm not doing anything to it at the moment, because I'm waiting for her to actually do a proper form. Now the fight's Kino. Yeah, big grandiose speech. Yeah, Fate's come a long way since like just being like a fight in a town. So even is it? That's debuff resistance down. Okay, as long as it's not buff success rate down, that's fine. So the plan here with these first three, I mean, they are going to die after this, but it's essentially just to do what I can. So remove all of those buffs via Martha. Medi could do the same, but doing it via Martha also adds a defense down, which Liz can complement. Liz has a double female attack buff. Medi is the only 7 I have who is decent here, who has a full 100% NP charge, because as you saw before, she would drain the NPs, so she was at 0%. So this way she can actually go ahead and deal good damage. But yeah, this team doesn't have any other uses here aside from that. They're also here to generate some crit stars, which I'll do like this. And then use Rule Breaker for actually a surprisingly good amount of damage, really, considering it's neutral. Kiara's Kino, and she's very big. Now everyone's dead. Oh, so by the way, with the setup, the way I've got it, I'll be seeing the chat only when I kind of tab back into Chrome, which I'll do obviously when it's my turn. The advantage of a turn-based game as opposed to real time. But yeah, Kiara's Kino, that's all you need to know. Now it's time for a meme team. And god, I really just don't know how this is gonna go. I just honestly have no clue. I'll get some stars. crit was good. Yes, that's the kind of damage you'll be dealing. Okay. Defense down. Okay. I can work with that. Might want to get Merlin's NP up. That would be pretty cool. No point in removing those buffs. Put a heal on Jack. Yes. So that max HP down is kind of annoying. But I can work with it for now. We'll see how it goes. Crit. Alright, those crits are going to be really good. They're going to make this a lot more viable. Okay. I'm already losing out quite a bit of health. Those defense downs aren't the best, so I'm going to get rid of them. Just make sure this is debuff resistance down. Okay, yeah. Buff success rate down would be a lot more damning. Yeah, best to do it here early on. You also, the other thing too, I'm going to have to try and tank a Noble Phantasm because I actually don't have a counter for it. Using that there, that will up. That will up the health. Max HP though, it'd be nice for the cooldown. Alright. Hopefully Jack can get to 100 this time. It's effectively full. Yeah, it is pretty much full. Almost. I mean, unfortunately not in this form. In her other form, she will just straight up for you. Which is an experience. Okay, max HP to use... do I want to use that? No, I'll hold off on using that for now, actually. Though I will use this. No, I won't. No. I see too many good uses for that later. Okay. See how this goes. Now I can get the ball rolling. So yeah, for Go approves of War. There's multiple like servants whose Noble Phantasms are pretty much just like giantess mode. So like, you know, they know their audience and they try to cater to as much of it as possible. Right, what damage are we talking there? 70k, okay, pretty good actually, all things considered. Hopefully I can keep that up. Right, cooldown reduction from this will mean that next turn I'll be able to use Jack's heal. Alright, everyone's in a bit of a